it's these moments right now. This is what makes us alive. This is what makes us human. And so, how are you taking care of yourself in this moment? Jupiter in Cancer. How are you nourishing yourself? As the moon, the new moon comes into place in Scorpio, what pieces are you allowing to fall away so that the new can begin? She doesn't have any makeup on. She's wearing her construction clothes. And her hair's a mess. I wonder what I've been up to. Mercury retrograde on my midheaven has been humbling in the fact that this whole week I have not been able to create, and my computer completely packed up. It's all getting fixed. But this week's probably going to look a little differently when it comes to content coming out. So probably more just little snippet videos like this on the day that something is happening, and that is why I'm here right now. The sun is completing the grand water trine. As of right now, it has started that completion, but it's going to be there for a couple of days. A really noted thing about this, or a thing that I am noting about this, that's really taking me aback, is it's the sun. So it is our vitality, kind of our purpose, our core self piece of the puzzle. It's brilliance. It's one of the two luminaries in our chart, the sun and the moon. And so one would think when the sun comes in, this huge, powerful entity coming into this grand water trine with Jupiter and Saturn, these two slower moving, in the background, benefic and malefic planets that are helping us see the long term and grow this inner wisdom since Jupiter went retrograde. One would think that that means that we're going to just like have this aha moment and this like grand everything to do with vitality, personality, our ego sense, because whatever's happening to the planets in the sky at the moment also is affecting our planets in our natal charts. So the sun is affecting your sun, Saturn is affecting where you have Saturn, Jupiter, etc. So the sun coming into this position in this grand water trine where we have seen it support and grow Mercury, the moon several times, Mars, now the sun, all of which have then also gone into opposition with Uranus across the road in Taurus and Gemini. Major like inner revolution, inner changes. As we're coming up to this, I've been really excited because I feel like a lot of answers are going to come up for a lot of us where, with Mercury retrograde at the moment, a lot of us probably feel a bit foggy, this like merging of two houses and two signs as it does its retrograde. I really thought that this would feel probably a bit better, but it doesn't. And probably to some people it does. Probably to some people who are in different places and with different signs, different houses. And also we have to take into account if you have natal planets, aspects, being affected by Mercury retrograde and the grand water trines. But a water sign, so Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces, that is emotion. When you have all three of them being triggered, emotion is like, that is the tiniest bit of delineation of what those signs mean, but we can be greatly we could feel like we're drowning in emotion, in awareness, in this is a core thing. The sun in Scorpio is going to be taking us into our inner illumination instead of talking to this outer illumination that the sun usually likes to do. Speaking of the sun, it's coming out right now, which might make this a bit too bright, but what a perfect time. What I am noticing with the sun being in Scorpio, this place where the sun isn't able to illuminate the way that it normally loves to do, illuminate into the depths of the shadows, it is having to illuminate within at the moment. And so when we have the sun coming into a grand water trine, talking about our innermost emotions, bringing things up for us to look at, to process, to come through, it might actually, instead of creating more clarity, might be taking us kind of even more to the depths. Let me know if this resonates with you. It might not. And if it doesn't, and you're having like a really sparkly, wonderful grand water trine couple of days, like over this weekend and what's happening as we move forward, power to you. Take this and run. But it is so, I'm just noting so much that I just love how that sun has been behind cloud all day. And this is the one moment. I have this beautiful sunny living room, and this one moment, here it comes. I'd probably take that as a sign. The sun is illuminating at all times, but sometimes it can be behind the cloud. Doesn't mean that it's not there though. And in these moments, if this grand water trine and the sun, one of these major places in our charts, in our natal charts, along with Jupiter, which is the other major, huge planet, if this is making life feel overwhelming to you because there is a great change coming in, because you are finally coming kind of to the end, a culmination point with the fact that we have this new moon coming up this week. This all has to do with it. It's leading us into this new beginning, this shedding of what we have mastered, what we have finished, what we are ready to leave behind. We may not even have to force this. It may just be coming along in our life, and it is changing without us being able to really have anything to do about it. Kind of the same with like Mercury retrograde and technology, with that kind of like simplest example. But it's really coming to mind today that with these two major large entities in our charts speaking to one another, and then Saturn, which is such a major player in all of our charts and in the sky when it comes to boundary longevity, which in itself, in the long term, which is it's our entire life, like that is a serious topic. This may actually feel way more serious, even if we can't even put our finger on it, then it could be that like, hey, the sun is coming in to, be in trine with Jupiter. How beautiful. It still is beautiful because the sun is involved, but maybe we might be getting kind of lit from within at the moment and being called to come to an inner point of ourselves, so that as the new moon emerges, and the moon is going to be coming into Scorpio over the next couple of days to then complete this new moon in Scorpio, conjunct Mercury retrograde, who will be coming back into Scorpio in the next day or two. Mercury will be going through its Cazimi moment, being burned at the heart of the sun. And all of that will be opposing Uranus retrograde across the chart in Taurus, where we've already had Uranus in April at these anaretic degrees of Taurus. These are all such major themes, all being changed, or maybe we've watched them change over the last few months, and this is the moment where that inner work is being called to the forefront. And so even if this doesn't feel very good right now, this is the whole point I'm making this video. How are you feeling? Because I don't feel awesome. I've just been working on my house, so I don't have makeup on for you or anything, and that's not part of it. But this is hard work, but it's the good work, This is the work that I have spent over a decade of my life searching for answers around the human life philosophy and why we're here and how it is that we live our lives to the fullest that we can. It's these moments right now. This is what makes us alive. This is what makes us human. And so how are you taking care of yourself in this moment? Jupiter in Cancer. How are you nourishing yourself? As the new moon comes into place in Scorpio, what pieces are you allowing to fall away so that the new can begin? And in this grand water trine, how are you holding yourself and nurturing yourself when it comes to these deepest depths feelings that we might not have answers for? We might not even know where they're coming from at the moment. How are you holding yourself within this time? We still have Mercury retrograde that's going to go back. We have Mercury that's going to hit the grand water trine, and then Venus at the very end of all of it. And this isn't coincidental. Like Venus coming in at the end of all of these grand water trines that have been happening since October. She's going to come in, clean up, bring harmony, bring balance. And so what are you doing today to nurture yourself through this so that you can hear all of the messages coming through? How are you taking these ideas of nurturance, ideas of the long term, ideas of your newest value, the value you want to take forward, relationships you want to take forward, family, connection, career, groups, your inner world? How are you willing to take this new piece forward for the long term, creating new boundary, dissolving the ones that no longer need to be there, trusting self on a level that I don't know if we've ever been called to trust self before. This is all this week. I'll be back doing more little videos like this in a couple of days once we get closer to that whole conjunction. And I just want to send you all the love that I can at this time. If you are, like me, feeling this one, feeling all of it, this is part of it. This is a beautiful, beautiful part of it. I'll talk to you soon.